Good morning, my name's Suzanne Lambert and I'd like to share another story with you. As we approach New Year, my mind wandered back to a day many years ago at this time of year, my favourite time of year, Christmas. Now I don't know about you, but I love to go to the nativity plays that the children have every year. It always brings tears to my eyes and I love to watch it. I watched one a few weeks ago and there was a little girl that stole the show. She was wonderful. She was about 3 years old and she ran on dressed as an angel. And as soon as she saw her mummy, she went, hello mummy, and everybody laughed and it was wonderful. And I began to remember that day, how many years ago now? 26 years ago, when I had my little girl Gemma. And she was the sweetest little girl, so pretty. She had blonde hair, she had bluey green eyes, and she had a lovely sweet nature, and everybody at church thought she was wonderful. So I was quite sure that when Christmas came around, that in the nativity play, quite naturally, Gemma would be chosen as an angel. I imagined that day and I wished and hoped for it so much. This was one of my dreams that was going to come true. Most definitely, I had no doubt whatsoever in my mind. So the day approached and we went to church, Mum and I, with Gemma, very excited. We told her all about being on the altar and being an angel, singing Silent Night and Away in a Manger. And honestly, I was close to tears just thinking about it. Goodness knows what I was going to be like on the actual day. So after Mass, all the children were taken away and we sat and had a cup of tea and they were all going to be given their parts. And she came back in, smiling. I can't tell you what I'm going to be, Mummy, she said. I picked it myself. I said to Mum, she's definitely going to be an angel. Absolutely, definitely. But we had to wait another whole week. All that week, I spoke to Mum about how we would make her a pretty white dress, how we would make angel wings, how pretty they were going to be. We'll go to the shops and get some pretty white material, Mum said. So the day came. And this day, as she had a special dress on, she was all dressed. She looked so pretty. And the end of Mass came and we all went into the hall and the children stood there. And I waited with bated breath for it to be announced. She said she was going to be something very special. I said to Mum, do you know what I bet it is? I bet she's Archangel Gabriel. Oh, even Mary. Oh, that's it. I said, I bet she's Mary. So we sat and waited. Was she an angel? Was she a star? Was she Archangel Gabriel? Was she Mary? She was a spider. A spider. I ask you. I sat there and I looked at me mum. She looked at me and I just closed my eyes. A spider. Well, you might say it's not very Christmassy, but let's face it, it was a stable. There'll have been a spider in there somewhere. So we went home, and that week, as all the other smug mothers dressed up their children all pretty, made beautiful angel wings with fairy dust and sparkly stuff, I was stuffing cotton wool into black socks and running up and down Shields Road in Byker looking for a black balaclava. Never mind. The day came and went. And as spiders go, she was absolutely wonderful. She was a cartwheeling spider. Quite festive. I did put a little bit of glitter on her socks. And I was so proud of her. I really was. I was so proud of her. It was wonderful. And I still had a tear in my eye and a bit of a laugh, if I'm honest, when I saw her standing up there dressed as a spider. So I says, never mind. I says, there's always next year. She was a pirate. While she was growing up, she was a pirate, a daffodil, a gypsy, but never an angel. So it was one dream I would just have to let go of. It wasn't going to happen. Until that day that day 24 years later, when once again I was sitting in the front aisle of the church and I could hear music playing and I was staring at the altar. And then I turned to look at I was going to say young boy, but young man standing at the front. And I smiled at him and he smiled at me. And I was thinking of that little girl all those years ago, standing on the altar, and the one last week, jumping up and down, all excited because I could see their mummies waving their arms. And then I heard a gasp. And I turned round and there she was, my beautiful daughter. Never had she looked more beautiful, a vision in ivory with no wings, but the most beautiful white lace veil. And she walked down the aisle and she never took her eyes at the young man at the front. They'd been together since they were 14 years old and she was 28. And she walked down the aisle to the music and I was in floods of tears naturally. She wasn't waving her arms about and she wasn't jumping up and down shouting, "Mummy, Mummy." But just as she reached the end of my pew, she turned to me and she went, "Love you, Ma'am." So you see, my dream came true after all. She looked like an angel on her wedding day. She looked so beautiful because she's beautiful both inside and out. So as we approach New Year this year, remember that some of the dreams you make, some of the wishes you make, may not come true quite as you imagined them, but they may come true all the same. God bless you all. I hope you have a wonderful new year and an incredible 2018. And I pray that your dreams and wishes come true just like mine. Thank you.